Many people think information literacy is just being able to turn on a computer and conduct a Google search. That's computer literacy, not information literacy, and it's definitely not research. Google searches or encyclopedia entries are starting points, not destinations. You shouldn't use Wikipedia as a source, but if you do, you have to cite it properly, and you'll be telling your professor that you didn't actually do any research on the topic you're discussing. Online encyclopedias are good places to find initial sources in their references. Find the original sources from those references that the encyclopedia cites, and use those as sources for your starting points. Once you have your starting points, assess their quality and compare them to multiple sources, and don't cherry pick. Cherry picking is when you ignore all of the information that disagrees with your initial position and collect only sources that confirm your initial biases. So, where do you go for informed sources? Google only has access to free encyclopedias that can work as starting points, but the rest is free, often bargain bin information that won't hold up to academic scrutiny. Logic and critical thinking give us the ability to reason correctly about information, and information literacy helps us acquire quality information to reason about. When we're writing papers for a class, or forming personal beliefs that could affect how we live our lives, we want to reason well about top-shelf information, not information off the clearance rack. Fortunately, if you're a college or university student, your library is subscribed to millions of dollars worth of quality, peer-reviewed information that they provide to students through their library's online databases. Use the scholarly information provided in these databases if you're trying to form high-quality beliefs or conduct scholarly research. Other sources that can be reputable are .govs and .edus. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you need recent health statistics, the CDC might be a good place to start. Our colleges typically have library science courses dedicated to information literacy, so one of those would be the best thing you could do to build these skills. If this were a dedicated information literacy course, we would have weeks worth of lectures and exercises to build these skills, but as it is, we can only afford a general overview, but I encourage you to learn more. The library is the best place to start. Your librarians have years worth of research experience as both students and professionals. They can direct you to the best databases for your topic and even help you navigate them. Your librarian is your most valuable research resource on your way to becoming information literate. If you have any difficulty using or understanding the information literacy materials provided in this course, the library should be your first stop. Our text for this course is entitled Information Literacy: Basic Research Skills. It's an open educational resource, meaning it's open to everyone. Section 1 covers two fundamental research approaches: original and library research. Original research creates new knowledge, while library research typically synthesizes existing knowledge. Both contribute to what's called the scholarly conversation that exists across disciplines. Original research validates hypotheses, breaks new ground, and expands our existing understanding. Library research, which is typically what we do as undergraduates in college, contextualizes original research within the existing literature. Understanding the scholarly conversation is essential for researchers and students to contribute and to receive feedback. The scholarly conversation represents the sum of our understanding as a species. It's all of the scholarly work that's been done since the beginning. And everyone that works in a scholarly field is honored to contribute to it. In Section 2, the journey of information from creation to dissemination is discussed much better than I'm going to have time to discuss it here, so please read the textbook. It's not that long. But initially, knowledge is generated through scientific research, observation, or analysis, such as a biologist discovering a new species. This knowledge is then shared with the wider community through various channels like academic journals and conferences, facilitating its dissemination and accessibility. Critical evaluation is paramount as information circulates. Researchers employ standard approaches to assess credibility, methodology, and potential biases within sources. In short, the academic community keeps itself honest and holds scholars accountable. At the sentence level, claims are scrutinized for accuracy and logical coherence. Confirmation bias poses a challenge, as individuals may selectively interpret information to confirm pre-existing beliefs. For example, a climate change skeptic may selectively interpret scientific studies that cast doubt on climate change while dismissing overwhelming evidence supporting its reality. Understanding source classification is also essential. Primary sources offer first-hand accounts, or original data, such as research articles, interviews, or historical documents, while secondary sources analyze and interpret primary information, offering commentary, analysis, or synthesis of existing information, such as review articles or textbooks. Tertiary sources, like encyclopedias or reference books, compile and summarize data. These are good resources for starting research, like I said before, but they're not the end of research. Something that's of the utmost importance is being able to distinguish between scholarly and popular sources. Scholarly sources undergo peer review. They contribute to knowledge. Scholarly sources are subject to rigorous quality control by experts and are authored by experts in their fields. Examples include academic journals and conference proceedings, for example. In contrast, popular sources target a general audience and may prioritize entertainment or sensationalism over accuracy. Examples of popular sources include TV news, newspapers, social media, and websites catering to a broad readership. At the very least, we need to supplement our information diet with scholarly sources if we want to be informed. You don't want to be that guy that bases all of his beliefs off of the evening news. That's just sad, and we can do better. Researchers also consider the currency and relevance of sources. Current sources provide up-to-date information on recent events or developments, while contemporary sources offer insights into ongoing debates or trends. Even if you're researching an ancient problem, ensuring that you've read the most recent research can help you ensure that you know the current lay of the land with regard to your topic. For example, you may be writing about St. Anselm's ontological argument, which is quite old, dating back to the 11th century, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't or don't need to read more recent versions of the argument, like Alvin Plantinga's, for example. In short, by habituating evaluation techniques and discerning between source types, you and researchers can navigate the information landscape effectively, enriching your scholarly endeavors and guarding yourself against cheap information. Section 3 gives an overview of ethical research practices. Copyright laws govern the protection of intellectual property, safeguarding creators' rights and regulating the use of their work. Fair use policies provide guidelines for the permissible use of copyrighted material, balancing the rights of creators with the needs of researchers and educators. All I'm going to say about copyright laws and fair use is that they're tricky. There are rarely any clear answers, and they often involve legalese. So, if you're going to use someone else's work, you may end up needing to get a lawyer. Plagiarism, which is a serious ethical offense, involves the unauthorized use or appropriation of another person's work or ideas without proper attribution. It can also include passing off some work as your own, for which there is no one to attribute credit. Academic dishonesty is dishonesty, though, even when it looks like it's a victimless crime. It undermines academic integrity, and it erodes trust within the scholarly community. Understanding plagiarism and its consequences is essential for students and researchers to maintain ethical standards in their work. Proper citation practices play a pivotal role in acknowledging the contributions of others and avoiding plagiarism. Citations provide readers with the necessary information to locate and verify sources referenced in research projects. By citing sources accurately and consistently, researchers uphold academic integrity and give credit where credit is due. By respecting copyright laws, adhering to fair use policies, avoiding plagiarism, and employing proper citation practices, researchers and students can uphold the principles of integrity and honesty essential to scholarly inquiry. In Section 4, strategies for compiling a resource list for your research topic are introduced. First, define the scope and focus of your research to identify key themes and questions. Next, conduct preliminary research to familiarize yourself with the existing literature and utilize library resources, including catalogs and databases, to search for scholarly materials. Refine your search by using relevant keywords and subject headings, and evaluate the credibility of potential sources based on factors like author expertise and publication venue. Explore a variety of source types, such as primary research articles and books, to gain a comprehensive understanding of your topic. Keep organized records of the sources you encounter, including bibliographic information and annotations, and seek recommendations from professors, librarians, and peers to discover additional resources. Stay flexible and open to exploring new avenues and perspectives during the research process, adjusting your resource list as needed based on emerging findings. By employing these strategies, you'll compile a resource list tailored to your research topic, ensuring access to relevant and credible sources that will enhance the overall quality of your work. Section 5 covers techniques for selecting and refining research topics. Begin by brainstorming areas of interest and narrowing down potential topics based on relevance, feasibility, and personal passion. It can be easier to research something that interests you. Consider the scope and depth of each topic to ensure that it aligns with the requirements of your research assignment. Once you've chosen a topic, focus on developing inquiry-driven questions that will guide your research. These questions should be specific, clear, open-ended, allowing for exploration and analysis. Engage with existing literature and scholarly conversations to identify gaps or areas for further investigation. Refine your research questions based on feedback from peers, professors, and librarians, ensuring that they're well-defined and manageable within the constraints of your project. I know that sounds like a lot of people to talk to, but real research is not a solitary activity. That's a myth. You're never alone when you're engaged in the scholarly conversation. So, consider the potential impact and relevance of your research questions, aiming to contribute new insights or perspectives to the scholarly conversation. By employing these techniques, you'll effectively select and develop research topics that are both engaging and intellectually stimulating, setting the stage for a successful and enriching research journey. And it can be a journey. Section 6 discusses the essential skills for effective database searching that are required for basic and advanced research methods. Start by identifying key concepts related to your research topic and brainstorming alternative terms or synonyms to broaden your search. This ensures comprehensive coverage of the relevant literature and avoids missing valuable resources. Try different search strategies, including Boolean, phrase, and proximity searching, to refine your inquiries and retrieve precise results. Boolean operators such as and, or, and not allow you to combine words logically, while phrase searching retrieves exact phrases for a more targeted result. Proximity searching enables you to specify the proximity between terms, enhancing the relevance of retrieved documents. Consider database selection carefully. Choose platforms that align with your research objectives and provide access to relevant scholarly content. Evaluate the scope, coverage, and user interface of different databases to determine the most suitable options. In an undergraduate philosophy or other humanities course, JSTOR is a safe option, but PhilPapers would be better. However, not all colleges have PhilPapers included in their databases, but most have JSTOR. It'll vary with your institution. When conducting searches, pay attention to field choice, selecting specific fields such as title, abstract, or keywords to focus your inquiries and retrieve more relevant results. Utilize topic searching to explore predefined subject categories or controlled vocabularies, facilitating structured and efficient information retrieval. Truncation and wildcards are search techniques used to broaden search results by allowing for variations in spelling and word endings. Truncation involves using a symbol, typically an asterisk, to represent one or more characters at the end of a word. Wildcards, on the other hand, represent one or more characters within a word or at the end of a word. For example, if you're researching the topic of education and you want to find articles that include variations on the word educate, you can use truncation. By searching educat asterisk, the asterisk tells the search engine to retrieve results containing words that start with educat, followed by any number of additional characters. This would retrieve results containing words like educate, educates, educated, education, and educational. Wildcards, represented by symbols like question marks, allow you to replace one character within a word. For instance, searching for WOM?N would retrieve results containing words like woman, woman, women, as the wildcard replaces the question mark with any single character. These techniques are valuable for expanding search results to include various forms of a word root or accommodating variations in spelling, ultimately enhancing the depth and relevance of search findings. Just try learning these strategies for managing search results effectively, including refining search parameters, sorting results by relevance or date, and utilizing features such as filters and limiters to narrow down search results. By mastering these skills, you'll enhance your ability to conduct comprehensive and targeted database searches, leading to more robust research outcomes. Section 7 is about understanding how to find books and articles using library resources. This is extremely important for scholars young and old. If you plan to pursue even higher education, and I hope you do, quality research will increase in importance. By the time you're pursuing advanced degrees, your professors will start treating you less like a student and more like a future colleague. You'll be expected to uphold scholarly standards and be trusted to raise them in the future, while contributing to the scholarly conversation that will outlive us all. Begin by mastering catalog search strategies to navigate library collections efficiently. Learn how to utilize keywords, titles, authors, and subject headings to conduct targeted searches and locate relevant books. There's a two-step process for identifying articles in library databases. First, identify relevant databases based on your research area or discipline. Then, refine your search within selected databases using specific keywords, subject terms, and advanced search options to retrieve articles that align with your research interests. If you learn and practice all of the techniques covered in this little book, you'll gain proficiency in accessing and retrieving scholarly resources from library collections, empowering you to conduct comprehensive literature reviews and support your future research endeavors effectively. What comes up first in a Google search is not research. When evaluating online sources, it's crucial to consider several factors to discern trustworthy sources from unreliable ones. The book covers some practical methods for assessing authority, accuracy, and reliability, including scrutinizing website credentials, cross-referencing information with reputable sources, and verifying factual claims. Determining the currency of online content is another critical aspect of effective research. Evaluate the publication dates of articles and the frequency of website updates. I hope that you embrace these strategies for refining search inquiries to ensure precision and relevance. By honing these critical evaluation skills and search strategies, you'll be better equipped to navigate the digital landscape and access high-quality information, enhancing the depth and credibility of your work. Overall, this textbook provides you with a comprehensive toolkit for information literacy and research skills that enable you to use your logic and critical thinking skills to evaluate sources, conduct thorough research, and contribute meaningfully to academic and professional discourse. As you continue your academic journey and pursue professional endeavors, remember the importance of information literacy in shaping your intellectual growth and success. Logic and information literacy form a double-edged sword. Logic can help us think clearly and critically, but without information literacy, we may be reasoning about nonsense. Information literacy can give us more reliable content, but without logic and critical thinking, we can't do anything with it. It's like the proverb I shared with you before. Knowledge without wisdom is a mountain of books on a fool's back, but wisdom without knowledge is also a sad thought, like a flawless jewel that has never shined in the light of day. Learn and practice what we've covered in this introductory section of our course. I promise it all fits together. Learning basic logic and learning to recognize fallacious reasoning and learning information literacy helps guard you from being duped by rhetoricians and fake news. But it also empowers you to hit back and find truth, and that's what we're interested in philosophy. And for many, it's also what we're interested in as people.